Okay. Lot. There's a lawnmower outside. Or weed whacker. I don't know what's happening. Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of this sort of year in reflection video. This video will be talking about me as a person, I guess. It's sort of a way for me to tell you my thoughts and feelings about what I felt about this year. This year, for me, besides literally everything that's going on in the world, was a pretty good year, though it was definitely stressful. At the moment, I am currently a senior in high school right now. So basically, 2019 was my second semester of junior year, and my first semester as a senior, which means by halfway through 2020, I will graduate, and soon we'll be off to college. So you could understand that this year was very stressful. Let's just begin at the start of this year. If you watch the first part, the first video I talked about was the Lunar New Year ad. It's the first two, actually. Lunar New Year ad and the event itself. I think what I went through for that event was a lot. If you've watched the video, you would understand. But that event changed me. I did have at least some sort of courage up during that time, and however, after that, it felt like, I don't know, during the spring of 2019, things sort of went a bit down, how I should say. I think 2019 during the spring months was sort of awful in a sense, because I went through a weird phase that I sort of didn't belong, and it was a little bit rough in my what I thought about that those months. It wasn't that good of like the 3 months. The entire spring break, I literally had close to all my social media turned off because I just needed to get away. However, that sort of didn't do much. But those months would later lead on to the summer. Okay, before the summer, I would like to talk about the Decades Project. The Decades Project, I didn't talk about this in the first part. I only just remembered I should have talked about this. But the Decades Project put a lot of strain in me, because if you didn't notice, I was sort of the main editor of that video, and that took a lot of energy for me to make, and I started to get really bummed about making videos for some reason. And so I sort of needed a break, just some sort of break that I needed, so that I can take my mind off of stressful stuff and just focus for the summer, which leads on to the summer. The summer years of 2019 was more of a reflection time. I wanted to reflect back on what happened in junior year and sort of just get away and just have just me. I just want to, like, how to put it in these words, like, I just wanted to just think upon myself, like, what happened in junior year, what seriously went wrong, how I felt about it, and what did I want to change in senior by the time senior year happened. I'm not totally sure now what I was thinking during the summer. Lots of confusing thoughts. To my knowledge, no, I'm not depressed. Maybe I am. I'm not. I do not have suicidal thoughts. I'm okay. But there were lots of moments in the first half of the year that I felt like I wanted to cry which was pretty bad in a sense. And yeah, it was tough. Just this summer was hard for me to go through. And I mean, I know I these the summer, the only thing that I had some ease was definitely during the Asia trip that I've talked about in the first part. Or if you follow my Instagram, please do. Yeah, I did go to the Asia trip to Asia for like the first month of my summer, and it was still around this time that I started like reflected. Yeah, and then after summer rolled on, and then senior year came along, I think I was a little too much over my head over what my plans were over like September and August. First off, there was a point in my senior year that I wanted to be a part of the school announcements, but that sort of fell apart, and I don't want to talk about this anymore because I have a feeling someone from that group will be watching, and I would probably feel a little bit worse just talking about it, which led to what I would probably start feeling about like disappointment, which is why I made that disappointment video. I felt like over now after making that video, or probably during that video, during the making of that video, I feel like I definitely disappointed a lot of people, from at least being maybe a friend or maybe like a work classmate or work partner or whatever. This was around this time as well where I actually quit my job as a tennis coach. Now, the town I live in has a tennis park where they offer tennis lessons. I used to work there for about a year. I worked from 2018 of August to around the same time. And I decided to quit that job because I didn't feel like I really wanted. I felt a little bit I felt very stressed. And I know being a tennis coach puts a lot of thought and effort into it, but I sort of like didn't feel like I felt too happy there. It sort of contributed to that mental instability that I had going on through the summer and spring, so that didn't help me at all. Just looking back at the tennis memories was, I guess now it is nostalgia, but being there, I felt like it wasn't going to help me with my mental state at that time. But like, do I regret quitting that job? Maybe. I sort of do want to like visit that place again, but all in all, that working there was still pretty nice. I liked the coworkers over there. I sort of missed them too. But again, I feel like working there added to the stress I sort of gained over the past half year. Now, like past 6 months before August, and I felt like I needed to just like remove something off my shoulders, which to be honest it really does feel like a selfish move because around that time it was sort of hard for that company, but I really needed something off my chest because I already had enough on my plate that I needed to worry about, which comes to the fall. I know I would say college apps was a problem. It's not. It wasn't really a problem to me, although it was very stressful in a sense. The college apps wasn't too much of a hindrance until like about a month before they were due. But overall, I actually pretty like somewhat felt satisfied throughout the process though, because like I get to learn a bit more about college life and I'm sort of excited about that too. which at least relieved some stress over me. And although I did needed some help with the college apps, it was okay in a sense. I know I complain about like, oh, college apps to my friends. Yeah, it is like a pain in the ass. All these essays, right? I'm going to go on a hike and just say like one of these colleges just ended up telling me, oh yeah, you need to add like three more essays. I'm not saying the UCs. There was actually another college that requires like three essays. I'm like, no, I I I guess like this point of the year, this point of the school year is supposed to be like the laziest part of the years. Like the chill part of the year. As you know, I am a senior, second semester. A lot of people will just say fuck it and just relax and chill for the rest of the year. But I guess for me, I'm a little bit of a tryhard, and that's not happening at all. But I might slip again. So how's my school year been right now? I would say pretty great. It's pretty fun too. I've attended pretty much almost all the home football games. I've tried to film as much as I can. I don't know why I did, and I thought I had a good reason, but that ended up not happening. I still have the clips. I still have all the shots from the games, and I don't know what I plan on doing with it. If I don't end up using it, I could just give it to someone who sort of needs it, probably for the end of the school year, and I'm probably expecting someone doing one too. So if you're watching this video and you want those clips, I guess you can have them. Just ask me. And although I am taking 4 APs, crazy for a senior, I know. I shouldn't be doing this, but it's already hard enough. Um, it's okay. It's just okay. Is all I'm gonna say. Like 4 APs, sure. One of the APs was actually not that bad. 1 AP I should have done well. I expected it to be going well, but then like that how that math period was placed was horrifically bad because around that time I would be like god awful tired. Like that period was eh, eh. So am I stressed about senior year? Maybe. All I'm gonna say is AP Lit is going to kill me, like inside, and so is AP Comp Sci, because I don't know jack shit about computer science because I'm stupid. But enough of school year. I'm talking about, well, yeah, it is still a part of 2019, but overall, senior year, lots of new experiences for me. President of a club that is going through a rebuilding stage, which I'm safe to say that it has been going well. It did hit rock bottom at like halfway through junior year, and I knew I was going to be president, so I just said like, oh yeah, I volunteer as president, which I ended up doing. But overall, that experience is pretty good. Being president sort of helped a lot of my leadership skills, which I desperately needed because I am going into a field that requires a lot of communication, maybe some sort of leadership role needs to be put, but it is still pretty good. And we're going through a pretty intense part of the year where we might deal with that, deal with a lot of certain stuff, especially when it comes to renewal. That's going to have to happen, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. It's currently winter break, as you know. It is almost around this time of recording. It is close to New Year's Day. It is December 30th, obviously, but well, of course, with the recording, it is December 30th. We are getting close to the end of this year, and I should have done this a little bit earlier. But yeah, I do hope that my thoughts and that how you've thought about my thoughts and feelings were, because it was a pretty deep year, despite it being pretty good. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for this part of the two-part series that I have for the reflection video. I would also take this opportunity to thank you all for watching all these videos that I've made throughout the year, as well as a part of 2018 as well. I would also like to thank all the people who have helped me with these videos as well, giving me feedback, giving me criticism, giving me whatever. Would like to thank a lot of people. I would like to thank my coworkers for an incredible time. It was unfortunate that I sort of needed to uh, find the time to find myself. I am Siddhartha. If you read that book. Again, thank you to all who have watched my videos. Thank you all. Thank you to all my friends and whoever you are for giving me the feedback that I desperately needed. And thank you to the close ones I have, my parents, my family, co-workers, everyone. Thank you for an incredible 2019. And I do hope that 2020 will be a great year. And hopefully more videos that are better in a sense will be coming out very soon. So until then, I wish you all a happy new year. If this video comes out late, then happy 2020. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. And thank you all again for like the 50th time for watching. And happy new year.